Hello YouTube, today you're in for a 5-minute rant and I want to ask a question at the end and I want you to comment your feelings towards the question I'm going to ask. Alright, if you're watching this as the first video you've seen on my channel, please do watch the video that will appear here near the end and any other videos that you may wish to watch. Okay, so I've clarified that the police and or other intelligence agencies have hacked me, my phones and my laptop, stalked me 24 hours a day, put me under surveillance, overt surveillance, which is in your face, psychological operation to harass you and intimidate you. I've proved that they have shaken my house with electromagnetic fields and used property interference and intrusive surveillance while in my property. They've restricted my access to information through hacking my skybox. Please watch that video, it's very interesting. They've taken me out of employment indirectly. They have wrongly put me in hospital. They've falsely arrested me. They've refused me legal advice in a police cell for 24 hours, which got me here. They've done quite a lot of things to me. They've had snitches assault me, snitch agents, whichever one you want to call them, assault me in public, pickpocket me, etc. Now, what I want to ask people today is, if this has happened to you and there's, for example, your life's being discredited in a place like this, your family aren't sure what to believe, most of your friends believe you, but there's really not much that a group of people can do because obviously you live by yourself and, you know, this stalking happens 24 hours a day. What I want to ask is, what retaliation should be done against these people? Now, everyone's probably looking at me thinking, this guy isn't of sane mind. But I promise you, if you were sat here and all these things had happened to you, and even getting a lawyer is not really very effective, then I want to ask, do you think it's acceptable, and I want you to put this in the comments, do you think it's acceptable to maybe DDoS, if you're not sure what DDoSing is, then please look it up, DDoS the police and or government websites to bring their website down for a few days? Do you think it's acceptable to be violent to people who stalk you and hack you and harass you? Or would you go one further and say B or C? Now, some people will be looking at me thinking, this guy really has sort of lost the plot. Now, the people I speak to as TIs, I can assure you that some targeting can be limited and controlled by the target. Now, I'm a long way past that. I've had people directly interfere with my media so that everything I watch on a mobile device, on my laptop, through my own Wi-Fi or through 3G on a hacked device, etc., has been manipulated. So I think personally, for me, it's safer, in inverted commas, to be out of the country. So if you even want to watch, if you haven't seen the media that has been planted, I've got adult content on a adult site. I'm trying not to use terminology that YouTube will restrict the audience on. You can even watch it, and it can be used in a positive way, and I'm going to promote that. I'm going to promote that website soon. But the question has to be asked, what do you do when the police don't help you, police and or other intelligence agencies stalk you, hack you, follow you, do sound tactics at night to wake you up, sleep deprive you, rev past your house every few minutes, beep horns, try to colour scheme your life. Colour scheme is a big thing to these stalkers and snitches and these kind of people. So yeah, that's the question I want to ask. Sorry, it's a bit of a rant, and just please do watch the other videos on my timeline before you make a judgment, make an informed decision. I want to end this video by saying that people who have murdered in the past, I'm not going to reference anyone, but when they say in the news, oh, this individual was an outcast of society, he had anxiety, he had depression, he had XYZ happened to him when he was young and this, that, and the other. I can tell you now, 99% of those instances were down to the police state, indirectly or directly. That's up for you to do your own research, which is what I've been doing in the past week. So when they say, for example, I remember last year a young black male sliced a woman's head off in her back garden because he went on a rampage and this, that, and the other. And the NHS has said, oh, he was hearing voices, he's delusional, he's this, that, and the other. I can tell you now, if he had a timeline like mine, which proves everything that I've said, that would prove everything that he had gone through, that would have been a much bigger news story. All right, so it's there for everyone to look at. I'm telling you now, the NHS is so corrupt and is involved in covering up police activity, which is unacceptable. And it's there for everyone to judge. Now, A, B, or C, hacking. Do you feel it's right to hack them? Try and go about it the hacktivist route? Do you feel that you should be aggressive towards stalkers? Maybe just go up to them and, do something to them? Or would you take it one further and would you... Now, it's a serious question. If you logically consider everything that I've talked about and you find yourself in a position like this, hopefully you don't think I'm overstepping the mark. But what do you do? A, B, or C? All right, it's there for you to decide. Please don't let that put you off getting in contact with allinvestigations.info. TIs are my priority at the moment, and they always will be because it's what's happened to me. Not that that defines you, but I will be there for TIs. I've been through everything you're going to go through if you've just started your targeting. So please do watch my other videos. I have videos with good advice in them for other TIs, and I will continue to make videos for TIs and persons of interest. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. Hope you're all safe, and I hope you're not being targeted in the way I have been. All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Appreciate your time. Cheers. Just like to add a small disclaimer, I'm not promoting or condoning any criminal acts or behaviours done after an individual has watched any of my videos, not just this one. And yeah, that wraps that video up. Next we've got telephone calls from Northampton and Leicester Police that I'm going to be uploading very soon. And while I'm busy here falling out with the NHS and snitches, at least I managed to make friends with someone. Thanks for watching.
And he's here saying hello. We're not going to tell these nasty NHS staff about any of this, are we? No.